So in this video, we are going to start with the Newton's forward interpolation. Okay. So here, interpolation name suggests that we have to find the value of y, okay, at some given point of x. Now, interpolation and extrapolation is also there. Interpolation, it will be between the intervals given. For example, suppose this kind of tables will be given in the question. Now, this is x values and y values will be given. Okay, y of 1.4 they are asking to find. That means this 1.4 is x value. I have to find the x equal to 1.4. What will be y value? This is the question. Okay. So 1.4, it lies between 1 and 2, right? 1.4 in x, it lies between 1 and 2. So it is between these intervals 1 to 5. It starts from 1 till 5. If I say y of minus 0.5 or y of 6, now the question has changed. Here the x value is 0 minus 0.5, which is outside the interval, and y of 6, which is again outside the interval, right? So whatever is given values of x, if it is they are asking outside the interval, that is extrapolation. Now, if they are asking inside the intervals, then it is called as what? Interpolation. So we are dealing with interpolation. And one more thing, this forward Newton's forward interpolation formula is for equal intervals. That means if you see the x values, okay, only you have to see x values. X values, it is starting from 1, then it is going to 2. What is the difference between these two intervals? It is 1. The gap between these two is 1, right? Next, 2 and 3, again the gap is 1. We can call it as gap or we name it as h. Okay, that we will be discussing now. The gap between the interval is called as h, represented by the variable h, and it is maybe called as what? Step length or step size, whatever it is. Okay, the size between the intervals. 3 and 4, again one gap is there. 4 and 5, again one. That means equal intervals, it has been splitted up. So there only we can apply Newton's forward interpolation, or Newton's forward is also there and backward is also there. We are discussing now forward. Backward also same thing, equal intervals. Unequal intervals we will be discussing later. That comes under Newton's divided differences. Newton's divided differences. Okay. Now here, let us start with the formula. Newton's forward formula, this is. So y of x, and it is equal to y naught plus y naught is nothing but the starting value. So let me just write and show you. See, x is there, so this will be x naught, then x1, x2, x3 and x4. So starting value will be x naught. Then corresponding y values is y naught, y1, y2, y3 and y4, corresponding y values. So starting is always y naught and x naught. Okay, so y naught they are saying, so y naught plus. That means always forward interpolation is related to the starting values. So remember that. Backward will be the ending values. There will be using x4 and y4. Here it is x0 and y0 in forward. Then p. P is a term. Remember, p is equal to x minus x0 by x. Now what is x? X is the whatever the value is asked in the question. Suppose if you say 1.4, then I have to put here 1.4. Okay, so 1.4 minus x0. See, always it is related to starting value. So 1 divided by h. What is h? The step length. That means the interval length. It will be same for all the intervals. So between 1 and 2 it is 1. So we can write it as directly h value as 1. Okay. So that we'll be doing while solving this problem. I'm just explaining the formula. Now some textbook might use some other variable, maybe not p, maybe it is r or something like that. Okay, so but the formula remains the same. Remember that. Then now this delta or del y naught is basically the first difference, forward difference, that we'll be learning in the while solving the problem. Okay, so how to remember this formula? Very simple. Y naught is starting, then delta y naught, then delta square, then delta cube and so on. Here p is there, then p into p minus 1. So 2 factorial. That means two terms has come. One is p, another is p minus 1. So here p was already there. We have added p minus 1. So 2 factorial. Here also square is there. So 2, 2 and 2 terms. Next, for next one will be p and p minus 1 will be there. And one more term will be added which is p minus 2. So 3 factorial, 3 terms, and here also 3. Next one will be what? P minus 3 will be added, and there it will be 4 factorial and delta 4 y naught. Okay. Now what we are going to do? We are going to make the difference table. Okay, it starts from y x. Okay, then y, which is a function of x. If you want, you can write. Then delta y, delta square y, and so on. We'll see till how much we are getting. Okay. Now x values we can just copy paste column wise. It will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now how to form the delta y values? That means first forward difference. Very simple. The difference between first two values of y, we have to focus on y only, y column. So difference between these two. So what is the difference between these two? 26 minus 10, it is 16. Okay. So what I have done here, that is very important. That means I have subtracted y1 minus y0. Okay, the second one minus first one, 26 minus 10, not 10 minus 26, remember that. So y1 minus y0 will give you as the answer as 16, and this will be represented by delta y0. This is delta y, so just start from delta y0. Next, now again 26, next numbers we have to take 2, 2 pair we have to take, right? So again 26 and 58 I will take. Again the third one minus second one, 58 minus 26 will be 32. Now this also what I have done, y2 minus y1. This is delta y1. Next 58 and 112 I have to take. So it will be 112 minus 58 is 54. I'll write here, and this is delta y2 value, and what I have done, y3 minus y2. Next I have to take this two difference. It will be 194 minus 112, which is 82, and we can write it as delta y3. This is y4 minus y3. Done. So this all values we have finished. Now let us go for the next delta square y. Again the same logic. We have to again take pairwise. So how many numbers are left? See, we started with what? How many numbers? Totally 5 numbers. Now it has been reduced to how many numbers? 4 numbers. Again the next difference, how much it will be? Again it will reduce to 3 numbers, and so on. Okay. So let us see. So difference between this and this I have to take 32 minus 16, which is 60. So what I have done here, this is represented by delta square. This is second forward difference. Delta square y naught. What I have done here, delta y1 minus delta y0. Okay. Next, the difference between this and this, 54 minus 32 is 22. Delta square y1, and which is delta y2 minus delta y1. Next, difference between this and this, 82 minus 54, how much we are getting? We are getting 28, and this we can write it as delta square y2, which is delta y3 minus delta y2. Now next difference we have to go, that is the third forward difference, which is delta cube y. So how much will be calculated? See, here it is been reduced to 3 values. Now it will reduce to what? 2 values. So let us see what 2 values we are getting. So 16 and 22. So 22 minus 16 is 6. Okay, which is represented by delta cube y naught. Delta square y naught. Sorry, y1 minus delta square y naught. Next, 22 and 28. 28 minus 22 is 6, and it is given by delta cube y1. It is basically we found out from delta square y2 minus delta square y1. Now, one more difference we will go for, which is the delta power 4. Now here it will be reduced to the one value itself. So subtraction of these two, 6 minus 6, which is 0. Okay, 6 minus 6, which is 0. Now here the idea is, do we have to do till we are getting the one value, or it is not necessary? One more thing, very important thing, it is not necessary you will be getting the final, the difference, the last value as 0. It is not at all necessary. It may be some other value also, it may be negative, it may be positive, any other value is possible. So till where we have to do, till last value we have to do. See, suppose what happens, we have to start with this first difference, second difference. Suppose if we are getting second difference here, 0 0 0, correct, 0, all the things 0 0 0. So no need to proceed further, because anyways it will be 0 0 here also, next value also 0 0, so you can stop it here. That is the one thing. If you are getting the third difference here 0 0, then also you can stop it there, because further if you do also it will be 0 itself. If you want you can write, there is no issue in that. So always remember, you have to try to get to the last value, some value will be there. So till fourth difference or third difference, depending upon the values, it depends upon the value. See, if suppose 5 values are there, so we have reached the last single value on the fourth difference. So in the fourth difference we have reached. Suppose there are 6 values, then it will go for the fifth difference also. Okay, so it depends on that. One more thing, if you are getting the 0 here, 0 here, both zeros, then no need to go further, because already next step it will be 0 itself. 0 minus 0 is 0. Okay, so we have finished till here. Now we have to focus on which values. See, as per the Newton's forward interpolation formula is concerned, we are focusing on the y0, delta y0, delta square y0, delta cube y0. Delta power 4 y0, no need to bother. I'll just write it over here. This is delta power 4 y0, but no need to focus on that, since the value of delta power 4 y0 is 0. So entire thing becomes what is 0. So I'll tell you here. I'll just again write the formula of this. So this is the formula, right? Okay. Now if you write the delta power 4 also, see, plus. Now plus will come, right? Delta power 4, it is p into p minus 1 into p minus 2 into p minus 3 divided by 4 factorial into delta power 4 y0, correct, plus or. Now here plus or no need to write, because since this is the last value we have got. Now this particular value is 0 and it is getting multiplied with the other values, right? So this entire thing, what, it becomes 0. So no need to write, that's why I said no need to write that. If I am getting 0, then cancel it out. So till here delta power 3 y0, till there we have to write the values. Okay, so we'll start with, first find out the p value. That is very important, because in the formula we have p. So what is p value? P, x minus x naught by h. What is x? Whatever is asked in the question. 1.4 we have to find out. So write here 1.4 minus, what is x naught? The starting value of x, which is 1. Write 1 divided by h value is the step size of the x interval. Remember, x interval. So what is the difference between 2 minus 1 is 1. The gap between this is, I hope you understood. 3 minus 2, 4 minus 3, 5 minus 4, all the things will be same. Second minus first, third minus second, like that. It will be same. So 1.4 minus 1 divided by 1, which is what? 0.4. So we have got the p value as what? 0.4. Now we have to substitute the values over here. So we are focusing on, see, in the formula only the starting values of all the columns are there, right? Starting values. So this value we have to consider, this value, this, and this, correct? This anyway is not required because it is 0. So I have to find y at x equal to what? 1.4. So I'll write it as 1.4. Now what is x naught y naught value? 10 plus p value is 0.4, okay, multiplied with delta y naught value is 16 plus p value again 0.4. So just keep on substituting. Okay, 2 factorial is what? 2 into 1, right? So it is 2. Delta square y naught 16. 3 factorial is 3 into 2 into 1, which is 6, into delta cube y naught, which is 6. Okay, getting the y of 1.4 value as what? 14.864. Now, in order to verify whether answer you are getting correct or not, what you have to do? See, 1.4 lies between, if you come back to the question. Okay, so 1.4 lies between 1 and 2. So the answer of y, corresponding value of y, which we have got it as 14.864, it also should lie between the corresponding value of y. That is important. Okay, so 14.864 is lying between 10 and 26. So we can say that your answer will be correct. You can verify like that. Okay, so this is the method to verify the this thing, Newton's forward interpolation, whatever the values you are getting.